And welcome back to Let's Play Motorsport Manager. Race number 3 coming up in Sydney in the Surging Absurdity Challenge. The Timmix here, and Wolfhagen Racing has surged to the first spot. Hammer won the first race and then proceeded to just finish 9th and 13th in the last one, so they didn't get any points. And that helped us grab a decent lead here. I think this next race is important because I think Bags is going to see some skills start to drop after this one. And of course, we want to keep pushing forward, as later in the year we're going to have more and more problems. I think we're going to have the give Bags the best parts that we can get away with giving them. And of course, we should hit our maximum reliability now, starting with this race, and be able to start improving some parts. So that's going to be something to look forward to as well. Let's take a look at our mail real quick. And Motor Racing Magazine wants to talk to us. Fuming in his post-race interview after running out of fuel on the last lap and dropping position, are you going to be apologized to him? I do owe him an apology. That was my mistake. So, the chairman's not happy, but Bags is. And frankly, it's just the right thing. I screwed up there. We could have an even bigger lead, and I've got to hope that does not come back to bite us later on. Okay, I want to take a look at the sponsors here. Yeah, it's still two races remaining here on the Wonderluck. Okay, and did we get the... Yeah, we finished the repair, not the brakes. Okay. So let's take a look at... And somehow our stuff hasn't saved in there. Okay. Reliability is all maxed out now for this, the parts that we're using. The brakes, not ready for that yet. So let's see what's going on in Sydney. We're looking at gearboxes first, only one crucial part, and then engine and brakes. So, I mean, at least currently we can max these out and still add more in. So, if we add in the engines and the brakes, well, one of them's maxed. Thing is, I don't know if I want to spend... I don't think I want to spend it on that. The spoilers need the most work. We may end up working on suspension later, so let me just put those in. There we go. So I think that's what I want to go in with for now, is there's nothing really to do on the reliability front until we've got brakes that we want to use. And literally, of course, just hours until we get our brakes. And I just want to take a look at the numbers again on those. Okay, so we can get, let's see, 45, It's another 20, 65. So we can get 100 points. Well, for some reason, it's only given us 3 slots. I thought we'd get... I thought we'd get 4 this time. Yeah. I thought we'd get 4. I must have screwed something up with that last design. So, I want to do something like that for this one. I am leaning against going with the full gosh, I lost my train of thought. The full million here. I just think it's probably better spent putting it into other parts, like improving our engine. So, yeah, I mean, this is my second part design sort of imperfection. And if we weren't doing pretty well in this challenge, this would be the time when I'd want to restart. But I'll go ahead and do this, and I really need to get the 4-part brake next time. Okay. Okay, that is a great one. So I just didn't pick the right components. Yeah, okay, there's 4. So right there is what we're looking for. That gives us over 100. I can almost double it for the extra money. And it's not that that isn't worth considering. But I just, I think I'm going to be better off not doing that. I think I'm going to be better off focusing on other parts. That's the call I'm going to make here. Okay, so 700K for this one, 700K for the next one, and I might be able to get the time discount on that. Okay, lost a little bit of time. That's going to be unfortunate. But I think what I did is I didn't pick a great part, and I needed that to get that extra slot. So I think that's what happened there. And then let's take a look at our factory real quick. Still a day before the race. You can see the one spoiler up above 400. And we are improving our gearboxes and whatnot. Be interesting to see where the car actually matches up once we get through all this. Okay, so what do we have? Just the brakes and Capello about to retire. Still 8 days until the race. This is a significant gap in between. And there's the one brakes that we're going to want to use. Let's design another one. We still only get the 4 parts. I think we must have to get that to get a 5th. But that's fine. We just want to build the same one here. It's going to take us down to 1.3 million. And then let's see what happens. Let's see, now the goal, the thing I want to see here is, can we max that out? Yes, we can. There we go. 31 staff devoted to getting that brake ready. And I also want to take off that spoiler, which is the one that's closest to being finished. And then throw in, that boost there. Although what I probably want to do is just max out the gearboxes. And we're not going to quite get there now, but it's going to be close. Yeah, so we just want to get that brake, that set of brakes ready. And if we can get away with it, I'd like to give those to Bags. You take the better set of brakes that we still have there. And yeah, that's not gonna make anybody unhappy. That'll work. It'll give him a slightly better engine. And the better gearbox. Everybody's still happy with that. So yeah, I got Bags with every part better across the board, and yet she still thinks her car is better. Okay, I'm not sure why that is, but I'm not going to argue with it. Let's stick with this. And okay, we got the report on Sydney, 36 laps, 3.6 miles, lap record 153. Again, always taking that with a grain of salt. 40% chance of rain, but yet our forecast says sunny. Really favors the gearbox, and we have the best there is. Super soft and soft. It's usually hot in Sydney, being Australia. Wants to upgrade our telemetry center. Sorry, not going to happen. They'd already decided to invest in the staff center, and we're not really going to have the time to do any more HQ boosting after that. Let's take a look at our factory again. And we can put a few more people into the improvement, and now we're going to almost finish those gearboxes. We may yet be able to max those out. Now it's up to 3 hours after the race. Either way, those gearboxes are going to be as close as we can get them to the best. And here's our pre-race gossip. Michael Tellman says that Holgerson's going to stay atop the standings, at least. Can't see Gabler making up too much ground in Australia. Holgerson's driving too well. And Holgerson looking to follow up her win, but insiders at the factory told us we don't really have a great car for Sydney, to be brutally honest. I don't agree. I mean, if you look at the gearbox and then engine and brakes. Now, the brakes aren't that great, so that might be what they're looking at there. And Vittorio Corsa, hoping to see some improvements. there and get some more points. They're stuck down mid-table, if I recall correctly. Okay. And 2 hours after the race now, so I want to boost this back up. 0 minutes after the race. There we go. Performance and reliability. Well, it says the performance work will be completed. Isn't yet. Okay, yeah, it says 2 hours after the race. And only 3 total points to boost. So, leave that where it is until afterwards. And let's get moving here. If we take a look at our comparison now, we're back up to the top car. We have the best engine with the improvements that we made to it. We didn't actually design a new one. We just improved the ones we had. We have the best gearbox. We have the best brakes. Third in the suspension and the best spoiler. Now, that brakes thing is, I mean, we don't have the top ones or the better one for Holgersen. She will get that after the next race. So, question is, do we want to take the risk on making the top 2? And I don't think we do. I don't think it's worth the 200K to take that additional risk. We are being predicted 4th and 1st. Bags predicted to win the race with his superior brakes now. But Holgersen only picked to finish down in 4th. Okay, let's get this show on the road. And Bags already has lost some, actually. He's down to 14 in the feedback now. So the decline already here. Now, I liked where we were at in terms of our reliability. So it's taken down that extra 5%. I think we're going to keep that up. And we also, of course, everybody else will too, but we can do extra weight stripping. And with everything at 100% now, we can just set it. And now that's 345 for both cars. Wagon's so much better than Spartan. Even their colors are better. And people impressed with Hannah Trenowith. I'm not really sure why. Says they have the setup nailed even though they finished dead last in practice. That's very terrible reporting by Motor Racing Magazine, frankly. Okay, and we're ready for qualifying. We definitely need to sort of lock in here. And sure, why not? Grab that wet tires and get the best setup that we can as soon as possible. Well, Holgersen's ready. None of the top drivers being eliminated, so that's the key there. And we'll definitely be looking to improve on our times here as we go to the second qualifying round. Okay, let's take a look at our weather. 13, 14 degrees. It's going to be cool. Well, once is a one-off, two is a trend. Jarita Dutt definitely the car to beat for whatever reason here in Sydney. And we're just barely sneaking in there at 6th and 7th. Hammer in 3rd and 5th, clearly better. Spartan, well, Sevilla down in 10th. They're about the same as us overall. But yeah, we could be looking up at Hammer during the race. And Jarita Dutt and Hashimoto at the top of the field in both qualifying rounds so far. See if we can do anything about that in the 3rd set. I think we definitely did the right thing by not going too aggressively. Hashimoto takes the pole, so those 2 points go to Atsuno. Atsuno looking like very much like a top threat here. Cruz in 2nd, Gabler in 4th. And while Spartan looked stronger in the earlier rounds, they're down in 7th and 9th. So I think my main concern here is definitely going to be Hammer. As, you know, Gabler's going to be the row ahead of us, and Cruz in the front row. Not bad, but hoping for more for tomorrow. Hoping for more tomorrow. Hashtag race on, says Mia Holgerson. Bags would want more from qualifying. Gabler's happy. Anything other than Will Baggs on pole would be a shock. Well, it's a shock then. Okay, so I mean, clearly super softs and race trim going to be the way to go unless we have some surprise rain. Not expecting it. It is cool enough that we definitely want to be on the super softs. No question about that. Okay, and then 36 laps. And we're not going to get 17 out of this. And we're going to have to burn them some. I don't know that I can count on more than 12. And yet, 12 is what I want. 12, 12, and 12. That's what I want to go with here. Yeah, I think 5 laps is where I want to be. I do not want much fuel. We're going to be running most of this on hybrid. Most of this first stint, of course, could change quite a bit after that. Okay, so Hashimoto looking above average, Cruz below average in the front lane. Tanaka decent. Gabler looking very strong today. And then we're looking pretty average. Holgerson a little bit better than that. Laurie and Dutt behind us looking good. As is Blasi. So, really, Cruz the only one set to have a poor day out of the top group. We could see some high-quality racing and some tough competition. So we're going to go hybrid from the start again. And Holgerson and Baggs more or less holding. Holgerson made a brief push there to get by Gabler. Didn't get it done. And we're pretty much holding where we are. There's Holgerson now making the move up to 4th, trying to get 3rd over Tanaka, and had it for a second but couldn't maintain it. There we go. Holgerson definitely looking faster than Tanaka. Now we're bracketing Tanaka. Third and 4th now. Got to be happy with that. That's Hashimoto and Cruz. Only a little bit ahead of us, though. We're staying right with them. Or were. Now it starts to separate just a bit. As we wind up the first lap here at the Sydney GP. And Hashimoto and Cruz using their speed burst. That's an inefficient use of your energy. Way to go. Oh, and then there's Tanaka using it in 4th position to get some progress back. Whoa, what are we doing with the tires? Good grief. Let's conserve till we get them back down in the zone. Yeah, we're not going to harvest much, so let's go ahead and go to that. So Holgerson's still in 3rd, but Bags fading to 6th. Okay, let's see if we can sustain neutral now. It's only 11 degrees out there, so we should be able to easily. Switch to neutral. Yeah, the hybrid isn't going to get there. Okay, Holgerson, you come in. We'll have goodness, what's his name? Bags. Couldn't remember my second driver. Have Bags come in the next time. Okay, we're going to want to be conservative on the tires for this set. And we're not going to have a whole lot of battery power left. We want to get 12 laps. Well, no. If we're only completing 10 this time, we want to get 14 laps. So I'm going to go up to... Yeah, I'm going to go up to there. 11 and change in fuel. Hope to get a couple laps out of the hybrid. No more than that. There we go. And then we'll ride along with Bags for a bit here. He's going to go around for one additional lap. And in goes Holgerson. She'll drop back in the field for now. And go for about the same amount. Well, no, I think I can handle that much. And I'm cutting it a little bit close here on the fuel. And let's make sure that we are actually getting fresh tires. So easy to forget to do that. And Holgerson out in 18th. And we just want to sit solid for the time being. And soak up that energy. Might be able to go light on fuel for the last segment, last stint. And in goes Bags. Just over 15 seconds on his stop. Out he comes. in 17th, just ahead of Holgersen. Wasn't that interesting? So we're riding together here. And Holgersen, because of going a lap less, has a 20% edge in energy. And Bag's now down to 1 lap, so he's going to go hybrid. I want him to pit first, I think, instead of Holgersen this time. And here we are, lap 23. Question is, do I want to do it now or do I want to do it one later? And honestly, I think I want to do it now. Bags, you come in. Last set of fresh tires. We're going to push those harder. Now you're going to have 14 laps left. We'll go with just under 6 laps of fuel. That should be about right. Well, do one more. There we go. And Holgersen driving pretty crappily, frankly, at the moment. Switch her over to hybrid for this lap. Last lap plus before she comes in. Probably not even that far. I just want to get that down a little bit. There we go. And now Holgersen's going to come in. 13 laps to go for her. I think I should be able to get away with that. So she'll have a shorter stop. And Bags all the way back in 20th. 2/3 of the way through the race, sitting in 20th is not a good feel to things. I'm definitely going to be pushing hard, though, as soon as I get caught up to the field. There's no question about that. And here comes Holgersen in. And just in front of Bags. So we switch those earlier spots. Yeah, okay, there's Precy going in and repairing. 4th and 5th now. Let's see, they're 4th and 5th. 3 laps to go. Question is, at what point do we start our closing push? And I think we want to do it with 2 laps left. I'm going to finish this lap here. Boy, is this going to be a tight finish. Hashimoto in first, then Lori, then Hume. Right now, we would finish 3rd on the day with Spartan gaining on us, and so does Atsuno. Okay, here we go. We're going to high and push. See what we can do these last 2 laps. Really should be able to get Hume. Slowly gaining on him is Holgersen. You can see Hashimoto and Lori fighting for the lead ahead, but that's not going to do us any good if we can't make this pass. And yeah, Holgersen using up too much fuel. I'm going to have to switch back to medium with both of them. We don't have the gas. Didn't quite time it out right. Boy, Hume doesn't have much in the way of tires. We should be able to get by here. But this is the final lap. Soft tires, and there isn't much less of them. Come on. Looks like we're just going to make it as I switch back to neutral. And Bags with company on his tail. 3rd and 5th, though. That is a big pass for us. Holgersen, we're not going to get the top 2 spots. That's going to be Hashimoto and Lori. 3rd and 5th, and Bags has to go neutral. Whoa, did Hume like run out of gas or something? Still, 3rd and 4th. Okay, that means we beat Spartan. We beat Hammer. Again, not by much, but we do. Atsuno, the champion of the day, but up in 3rd. And look at Spartan trying to get to 2nd, but doesn't quite get there. We finished 3rd and 4th. So that should just slightly extend our lead. Wow, that was a tense race. And we were not far away at the end of it, but just not quite good enough. So 3 seconds off the lead for Holgersen, 4.5 for Bags. Hashimoto on the pole and the winner, just over Lori by a couple tenths. And Losando Cruz with the fastest lap bonus for Hammer, so that's not going to help our standings position. We had a lead of 6 and 9 points coming in. Holgersen remains 1st in the standings. Bags remains 5th. So our lead now is up to 7 points over Spartan. Atsuno leapfrogs Hammer. We're up by 13 over them. It looks like Spartan now emerging as potentially our top competition. And we're going to want to keep growing that lead. I mean, we're far from comfortable at this point. We're in a solid position, but that's the best we can say. We could still very much lose this. Try spending less money on helicopters and more on your cars. What? Really? Been spending a ton of money on our cars. Happy for Hashimoto, Wolfhagen. We're pretty close. Hashtag exciting. And, yeah. Okay. Sydney Thriller. And indeed it was. Less than a second between Hashimoto and Lori, and I'm really glad that Hashimoto took it. Wow, both drivers over a 5 in form. Haven't seen that before. Yeah, and smoothness, you know, we're losing all kinds of points here on Bags. Bags is just going to continue to decline. He's at a 5.0 on the year, a 4.0 for Holgersen. So she's just been a little bit subpar if you don't account for Rio. Rio was just a disaster, in which, of course, she finished 1st. She's been in the top 3. I expect her to be able to contend pretty much in any race from here on out, especially after I improve her brakes. But Bags is another story. Keeping him in the points as long as we can is going to be a struggle. So once again, we make some money. And yeah, we finish Holgerson's brakes. Now we're gonna, we're gonna need to decide what to do next. I mean, I think we want to go into the suspension. Because it's literally the only part we're not best at. We should be able to stay at least competitive on the engine. So probably going to go into the suspension. You can make an argument for the engine, but we don't have that much money left. I think maybe suspension, boost that, and then just try to ride it out with a competitive, if maybe not the best engine, towards the end of the year. So that's the third race. Again, 20 for us, 21 for Spartan. Atsuno and Hammer still hanging around. You can't count them out completely. We're going to be off to Munich for our next race in about 2.5 weeks. So that'll be up next time. Thanks for watching. More Motorsport Manager coming your way soon.